Yahweh, Achad, Shema, Yasser Allah, Yahweh, Allah Haganawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shema, Yasser Allah, Yahweh, Allah Haganawa, Yahweh, Achad, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Bahashara Khan Kodash. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops and great millstone as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of the elect, those of high spirit and lawyer. And today I want to go into a topic entitled, well, just going into the milk. Just going into the milk. You know, going into the basics. In any craft, any sport, the basics is good to revisit. Going back to the foundation. When you look up the word fundamental, right, in the etymology, fundamentals go back into foundation. So there's nothing wrong with, actually it's imperative to always revisit your foundation and to solidify your foundation, man. All right? Solidify your foundation. And part of the foundation is scoffers on the highways and the byways is mostly over the basics, right? Who the Messiah came for, all right? What color was the Messiah? Who are the chosen? How do you prove they're the chosen? All right, what color are the chosen people? Those are good foundational grounds to cover and to revisit, okay? The Most High still deal with the Israelites in the New Testament, you know? It tells you, niggas in the book of Numbers, how Miriam scoffed at Moses. She spoke negative of Moses, King Mashah, because he had a Cushite woman, so-called Ethiopian woman. And it tells you that he cursed. The Most High gave her leprosy, and she was white as snow. Then when King Mashah was talking in the burning bush, all right, he was talking to the Most High, and he told him to put his hand in his bosom, and it came out leprosy, but then it said white as snow. So if they had leprosy, and leprosy was white as snow, what color was their original pigment? What was their original color? It was brown. Okay? So it tell you in Jeremiah, verse 14:2, Judah mourning got blackened to the ground. So how can Caucasians be blackened to the ground? All right, even in the time of their captivity, all right, how can it be blackened to the ground? All right, during the so-called, I hate to say this word, but the event that happened around World War II, during to the so-called small hats, this allegedly killed millions of them. Did they ever turn black into the ground? You see, Judah mourneth in against thereof language. They are blackened to the ground. Okay? When it talks about Esau, Ashashua, it tells you, it says, wasted away is he. Ashashua means wasted away is he. What was he wasted away of? He was wasted away as pigment. See, we lived in a different paradigm back then. We knew in the ancient world that normal was to have pigment. When the scriptures speak about Cain in Genesis, the 4th chapter, around the 15th verse, he was given a mark on his forehead. All right, it wasn't just a mark. All right, that mark was leprosy. You know, that's what made him an anomaly in the environment. It was a mark to let everyone know that he was the fugitive, that he was the outcast, which is why in Job, right, it speaks about the Edomites, which really came from Cain. All right. It said they that I would have disdained to have had amongst my flock, because they have a perverse nature. All right, the lack of melanin, all right, is indicative of them being perverse, them being estranged, them being anti-nature, anti-life, anti-obedience. Okay? There's no such thing as a black. We're not the color black. We're brown. We're different variants of brown. Different derivatives of brown. Esau Edom has no variant of brown. Alright? His look is not a result of beauty, it's a result of leprosy, it's a result of a curse. If you look up why people have blue eyes and green eyes, because Eve desires to have blue and green eyes, because she's subject to her enemy's standard of beauty. But it tells you because they don't have pigment, and it's easy to believe because people who have albinism and they're stripped of a gene that produces pigment, that gene is not producing pigment. All right, their hair is blonde, their eyes are blue or green. All right, and their eyes are blue or green not because it's beautiful. All right, because it doesn't have any melanin. Now, let me be clear: you have Israelite foreigners who are Israelites who have the phenotype, the physical characteristics of the mother side of the family. All right, and they might look like Edomites. They might have those characteristics, but it's all about the Israelite, the trait, the spirit. I'm sorry, of your this seed going back to your forefathers. Okay, it all goes back to the seed going back to your forefathers, man. Okay, but just for edification's sake, man. You know, these are basic fundamentals to cover, because the brothers coming to the truth, and you might not realize the basics that you may not know, because you have all this information at your disposal that you might not allow yourself to be rooted in the fundamentals, man, to where you can handle yourself on the highways and the byways by yourself. You know, even for brothers that's been in the truth for a long time, part of the requirements of being in the truth for a long time, something that I'm seeing, is that you have to constantly revisit the foundation. Constantly revisit the foundation, man. Okay? But us having melanin, pigment, is part of the trait of being an Israelite. Alright? And part of being a human, an earthling. Right, and this earth suit is that you have melanin. That's what makes you normal. That's what makes you complete. Right, Esau doesn't have melanin, and really he's uncooked. His skin is like raw flesh. It's not that it's the color white. It's like uncooked meat. It's like raw flesh, man. That's why when he's in the sun, he gets cooked. All right. See, melanin allows you to be earth-friendly. Melanin in your eyes allow you to see in the sunlight. All right? It's like natural-born sunglasses. Melanin in your skin allows you to absorb the sun's rays and converts it into energy. But you can only do that if you have melanin. I was at the gym the other day, and at the gym, I think if you are like a black card member or whatever, you have access to the tanning salon. They had tanning lotion they can sell. And I'm thinking to myself, shit, I have no reason to have some tanning lotion. Esau desires to have melanin. Meanwhile, he pushes Edomite supremacy and blonde hair and all that stuff. But he desires to have what you have, and that's melanin. Meanwhile, Israelite women are bleaching their skin to this day. Israelite women are bleaching their skin to this day. They're dyeing their hair blonde, they're wearing blonde wigs and weaves to this day. Meanwhile, Esau wants melanin. He openly has tanning salons and he pays you, he charges you for melanin. Because he knows deep down what he has is not natural. And a real Edomite, an Edomite that straight up looks like an Edomite, he looks like an anomaly in the environment. He looks weird. He looks evil. That's that fugitive look. That's that outcast look. In a natural world, that's that outcast look. You see? But he's in power, and him being in power creates a stumbling block, and it reaffirms his Edomite supremacy. But it tells you in Psalm 75 that Yahweh Bahasham is the judge. He put him down one and set up another. So it's not Esau to put himself in power. It's the Most High to put him in power, right, to show an example of what wickedness was and to punish the Israelites for their transgressions of the laws. And furthermore, all right, in Daniel 4:17, it says that the Most High, he set it up even the basis of men. Esau Edom is definitely a base man. See, your worth is not based on how much money you can gather, how much resources you have. Your worth is not about how much, your value and your worth is not about how much gold and silver you can harvest, so to speak. It's about your morals and your principles and your moral code, your standards. And we knew that. We knew that in the ancient world. And we knew that Esau was a lowlife. That all he cared about was resources. And he'll do anything to get those resources, man. Do as thou will came from him. All right? He's going to get empowered by any means necessary. That's not a man that has a moral code. That's not a man that has integrity. He's going to do anything to please his flesh. That's a monster. That's an animal. That's a base man. That's a base man. A man that'll do anything to please his flesh. That's a base man. You know? The results validate the deed type of guy. All right? But that's pretty much the point, man. And just know that we're under their vibration, man. And part of waking up to this truth is really unplugging from their vibration. This Western Edomite, please thy flesh, do as thou wilt. But just even on a physical level, carnal level, like knowing that you're normal and you're complete. You look like an angel. You look like the Alahayim. The sisters look like princesses. We look like princes, man. Esau is an incomplete man. You know, we're not judging ourselves by his standard of anything. And that's part of being free. It's part of loosening ourselves from those shackles. But with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Chacharotash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Root Well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Baba Baal Kum Yashala Shalom.